everyone, so today I have all 6 of the new Rare Beauty blushes and I cannot wait to show you these. I will be trying on all of them. I'm going to do side by sides of the colours which are slightly similar but darker shades so you can see the difference. I'm also at the very end going to try my favourite out of the 6 with the matching LiQWYD pinch blush to see how they layer, and I'll also match up the lip oil so we can get a complete monochromatic look using the 3. So if you have Rare Beauty in your collection you can see just how well they work together. I cannot wait to get started with these because these look absolutely gorgeous. And if you're new here, hi, my name's Hannah, I'm 47, I'm not a professional, just somebody who loves everything to do with makeup and beauty. If you think you'll enjoy watching tutorials, information on products, anything like that really, I would love it so much if you liked and subscribed below. And if you just commented, it also really helps my channel. Anyway, onto my video. And before I get started, just to let you know about my skin tone, I am fair to light with a neutral undertone. I have got combination skin, which is mostly dry with an oily T-zone. Not massively important today with trying blushes on, but still might be helpful to you. Anyway, let's get on with this. So I ordered all 6 of these blushes on the Wednesday, which is actually the day before they launched on the Rare Beauty site. They were available here in Space NK in the UK. So they were supposed to be here the next day, but we had some problems with deliveries in the area, so they're actually a week late. So I'm really sorry that this has taken so long to get to you. I was hoping to get it out sooner, but they're here now. So let's get into it. So this was a gift with purchase, this beautiful bag, which I'm quite pleased with. So I don't know if this was just a Space NK thing or whether it was free on other sites, but this is like a PVC bag, which is quite huge to be honest. So this is going to be useful for travel. And along with the 6 blushes, I also picked up this brush, which is to be used with these blushes. This is the Soft Pinch Blush Brush from Rare Beauty. It's got a very soft tip and the fine ends there, which should be really good for this because I'm hoping I can go really lightly with some of these pigmented colours. So I will be trying this brush and hopefully it'll work. So I swatched these blushes yesterday and they swatched beautifully. These have 2.8 grams in them and they're £25 in the UK, $26 in the US. They're made in Italy, they're fragrance free. I can't see talc anywhere in the ingredients. They feel super silky soft and they're fine milled. These really do look stunning if you love a glowy look. So I'm going to group these blushes together with pinks, mauves and the coral/terracotta so you can see the slightly similar shades. And you can see which one you might prefer, or both, whichever it may be. So the first 2 I'm starting with are these 2. This one here is Cheer and this one here is Happy. Now one question I want to personally get out of the way before I even start is how close are these to the highlighter from a glowing point of view? Now here is the Mesmerize highlighter. Now one thing I can tell you is obviously the packaging is exactly the same with these, but so is the feel. They both have this incredibly silky soft feel to them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some of the highlighter on my hand for you. So here is the highlighter. And I want to see just how glowy the blush looks. I can't speak today. Alongside the highlighter so you can get an idea just how glowy this is. So I'm starting here with Cheer. So there. You can see it is incredibly glowy. So in some ways these are almost coloured highlighters, aren't they? So you do need to keep this in mind if you're mature skinned. I'm almost certain this is going to highlight texture. And there is no glitter though, that's one thing. I can't see any glitter, so that's really good. But this is definitely going to show off texture, I think. But that hasn't put me off because I just love glowy products. And I've got quite a few blushes out here in front of me to compare these 2, just in case you already have some in your collections, you want to know if they're similar. This one is the RMS Bohemian Girl. So I have Cheer on my hand and this is Bohemian Girl. I think you can see straight away that the Rare Beauty has definitely got a lot more of a shine to it. And I've got the Hourglass Elephant palette here and I'm going to compare it to this one here, which is number 5, and this is the Iridescent Coral. Now obviously this is called Coral, not pink, but in the pan this does look a bit similar, and the feel of the Hourglass one is slightly similar. It's got that silky finish. So here is how the Hourglass one looks. Again, you can see here the Rare Beauty one stands out a mile, being the much more glowy. Shade wise, none of them are exactly the same. I do have some other pink ones which I will compare with the next blush I'll be trying. And Happy is the next one I'll be trying, so I'm going to try one of each either side on my face. So I'm going to swatch these two together for you so you can see how similar they are, because these ones, it can be quite difficult to decide which. If I hadn't gone for all 6 for the channel, I don't think I would have got both of these. This is Chia and this is Happy. So Chia is a light warm pink and Happy is a cool pink. So I think there's quite a difference really. And I've got a quick comparison here with Happy with one of the NARS Face Palette blushes. This one here is called Silver Screen. Now these are all very glowy blushes, so I was just interested to see really if this one is going to be as glowy as the Rare Beauty. So here's Happy and here is the NARS. Surprisingly, the NARS almost looks slightly more glowy. So there we go. If you have any of these NARS face palettes, you may be able to achieve a very similar glow with those. And one last one I wanted to look at is this Charlotte Tilbury, which is actually a highlighter. This is her Multi-Glow Pillow Talk in Romance Light. But when you mix all of these together, you do get one glowy pink, which is why I wanted to show you this as well today. So here is how this looks. Obviously the shade is lighter, but it's just to give you an idea that it's not that different. There is less pigment in this, but the shine is not that different. So this is a slightly glowier blush. If you think of it like that, even though it's a highlight, but it can definitely be used as a glowy blush. So there's just a few ideas of something you might already have in your collection which are quite similar to these. I've just forgotten to show you Rose Glacier here from Chanel. I think this is also a very strong match for Happy. Here is Rose Glacier and here is Happy. And here is Happy, the Soft Pinch Liquid Blush from Rare Beauty, which is one of the 3 I will be deciding on at the end of this video whether or not to try it for my final look. I will show you this on my hand so you can see it compared with the powder version. So here is Happy in liquid blush and here it is in powder. Now we know that these are exceptionally strong, so I'll just blend this out a bit. So here is Happy liquid blush blended out alongside the Happy powder. And I'll just layer some of the powder on top of the liquid so you can see how that looks. So here it is with that on top. So it's turning it into a very glowy, with a softer finish, sort of highlight blush. This could be beautiful together. Obviously you do need to be so careful with these. So I've got quite a few other colour matches for the next 4 blushes, but I don't want to prolong the video here and hold off trying this on by showing you all of those. So if you would like me to do any specific comparisons from those palettes, please do let me know, because there are quite a few colours which match up. But I would like to just get on now with trying these blushes out. I'm hoping the swatches I've showed you have given you an idea of how the formulas may be slightly different, more glowy, less glowy, because you might already have a couple of things in your collection that are quite similar to these. So it's worth looking through your collection before buying these, although I have to say these are probably the most reasonably priced compared with anything I've just showed you. So if you don't have them, I would say these ones are excellent if you're looking for the glowy option that's even more affordable. And yes, you don't get an awful lot in there, but it will last you quite a lot of time, I think. So I'd say they're worth it. So now it's time to try them on. I cannot wait for this. So I'm going to use this new Rare Beauty brush. I've gone in quite lightly here with this brush. And that's quite friendly to apply, to be fair. Here with the second. Oh, that is pretty. Whoa, that is beautiful. Oh, I really, really like this one. I have a feeling I'm going to be saying that about all of these because I just love a glowy blush. That really is like the perfect sort of pink, isn't it? And the brush is working very well for application. It didn't pick up too much product, it's distributed it. Sorry, I really can't speak today. So there's Cheer, light warm pink. Really pretty. Next, Happy, which is the cool toned pink. I'm just going to brush off in between and use the same brush for each one. You can definitely apply these without being too worried at the moment if you're fair skinned, because as long as you're light in the way you put your brush in, it's not picking up too much and it's not too scary for an application, to be fair. Again, that is so pretty. Very hard to know which one I choose. Maybe this one's got the edge for me actually. They really are exceptionally glowy. So there is Happy, cool pink. So here are the two pinks, Cheer and Happy. This one being a bit warmer, I think, and this one definitely the cool. I think the cool is possibly the one that suits me the most, but I really love the glow that I get with this one. So I really don't know how I would decide which one to buy, to be honest. They're really close. This one I think has got more of a summer vibe. This one may be an all year vibe. I don't know, I can't choose. I really love them both. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. So I've taken those two off my face and now I'm moving on to the mauve shades. And here we have Truth. So Truth is a mauve maroon. And then we have Hope, and Hope is a nude mauve. Here is just one swatch on my hand, giving you an idea of the pigment. So this one here obviously is Truth, the deeper one, and then this one here is Hope. You can see a little bit of a shift in this one, I think. I know I said I wouldn't do any other comparisons, but I did forget to include Suku in my last list of comparisons. So I do think that the Suku blush could be compared to these, because when you combine the coloured blush with the highlighter, which is something you can do with Suku blushes, you do end up with a very glowy blush. This is number 148 from their latest release. But to give you an idea, this is definitely a glowy blush, but when you compare it to Rare Beauty, it's just so much more of a subtle glow. These ones are extremely powerful, aren't they? So I'm going to start with Truth, the one that I'm probably the most worried about applying on my fair skin. Now, this is definitely not one I would have picked up if I was choosing purely for myself, because I think it's way too strong. So I'll be interested to see how this works on me. I've literally touched with the brush. So I want to be so careful. And actually, quite surprisingly, just that one little dab hasn't given me too much colour, so this is actually quite workable on fair skin, which is a really nice surprise. I'll go in for another dab. I'm going to switch to my Rapper brush because I do think these might be a bit better for me. I'm finding the Rare Beauty brush for this a little bit too dense. I prefer the way that this applies. It's just like a soft feather. And straight away I prefer that. Which tells me I would not be recommending this brush actually. Definitely better brushes out there. So there we are. That's with a lot more now. That's the third layer on my cheek, and this really is packing quite a punch now, as it should I suppose, because this is a very pigmented blush. Very pretty. Now, if you are using this on fair skin, I would go in with a buffer brush such as the Sonia G Buffer Pro and go around the edges and buff this out. So there we have Truth. Definitely not my favourite, in all honesty, colour wise, but I'm really pleased with the way it was able to be applied on my fair skin without any scary experiences. And now for Hope. Now this is one I know I love in the liquid form. I'm going to use my same Refa brush. These brushes are not currently available on the Refa site. I really hope they bring them back. This was one of their limited edition, really special brushes. They're so good, honestly, they're beautiful. Softest brushes I own. Ones with the wooden handle. Absolutely stunning. But they are just so light, and the way they pick up the product and the way they distribute them. Oh wow, look at this blush. Oh wow, that is lovely. The shine on it is exceptional. As I keep saying, you're going to have to love the shine. I don't like this quite as much as Happy, which is the cool pink. So for trying on at the end with the cream, at the moment, I'd say Happy is beating Hope, even though I think this is beautiful. So here is Truth and here is Hope. Which one do you prefer? Do you know, looking at them together, I think I actually prefer this one on me. I'm not convinced this colour suits me, even though I like the liquid one. This one, maybe I prefer it. Which I didn't think I'd say because I didn't like it so much when I applied it. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think. Here is the liquid blush Hope alongside this new powder. I'll just blend this one out. So here's Hope blended out, and here is the powder Hope. And now I'll put some of this on top of here so you can see them layered. So here is how Hope looks with the powder on top. I do think it's really nice, you know, when you add it on top. Torn again now which one I'll be trying at the end, but we do have one of my all-time favourites coming up in the next two, so that one might be the winner. Have to wait and see. So with those off my face, it's on to the last two, and now we have the Terracotta Peachy shades. This one here is Love, and Love is the Terracotta, and this one is Joy, and this one is the Muted Peach. So here is Love and here is Joy. Huge difference in shades here. And the one I said is one of my all-time favourite shades is Joy. So I'm really looking forward to trying this one. I keep saying I'm not going to do swatch comparisons, but this is the first time I've looked at these properly, so I just can't resist. This is the RMS Mai Tai, and I just want to see how this one compares to both of them actually. I think it could be somewhere in the middle colour-wise. Yeah, so here is the RMS Mai Tai. It's very different actually to this Terracotta. It's deeper than Joy. It doesn't have quite as much of a glow again. So RMS is generally more mature skin friendly. So if you're looking for a more muted glow, but still a fabulous glow, RMS is a fantastic option. And this is one of my favourite shades actually, Mai Tai. I really like this one. And I also want to look at Fire Opal from House Labs. Now this is something I bought because I just love the colour, but realistically this is not a highlight that works for me. Now it's a highlight, but it looks more like a very much glowy blush to me, or really an eyeshadow. So this is Fire Opal here from House Labs, and this one actually outshines all of these, but it is a highlighter, so it shouldn't it? But just to give you an idea, it's not a million miles away from Joy, but you get the multi-tone with it. Now starting with Love, this is another colour I would not have chosen to buy for myself, it's too deep. So I'll be interested to see, because the other deep shade did work on me. I'm using the same Refa brush, which I have wiped off. I'm going in reasonably lightly, and look, you can apply this. Honestly, this brush is just so good though. I hope they bring these out again, Refa, because they are so good. So yeah, a light tap of this is actually a really nice blush on me. It's quite a surprise, you know. I only tap more on the brush. I really do need to make these taps minute. And the glow on this actually seems a bit less intense than some of the pinks. That is quite a surprise. I'm just going to go over this with my Buffer Pro though, because it is quite deep. I am finding this one a tiny bit more patchy, so we do need to work a bit more with the blending out. It does blend out though. So there is Love, and that's with 3 layers but buffed out, so you can really bring it back down actually, and it's not too strong at all. In fact, it now looks really light. I'll just add a bit more. Can you see how it's just very patchy, the way it applies? So I have to go in with a buffer, but it does buff out beautifully. So try again. That is Love, built up as much as I can, really, for my skin tone. And I think that's really pretty. This is probably the most mature skin friendly I've tried out of all of them, because it's just not quite as wild, the shine. So if you like this shade and your mature skin, this could actually be a really good option as long as you're light-handed. So now on to Joy. Now if I could only pick one out of the 6 before I've tried them, this is the one I would have tried, because I love the lip oil and I love the liquid blush in this, which is why I'm hoping they're the ones I'll be choosing to try at the end. But let's see if I like it as much as I've liked the pinks. So this is a muted peach. This is a really nice shade for summer. Oh yeah, straight away I love the colour. And again, the shine on this is not as severe as the pinks. It's a bit more subtle. The shine I got with Hope was almost like a luminous shine. It was exceptionally shiny. Maybe a bit too much. Too much even for a highlighter, never mind a blush. But this one, with Joy, I think that's lovely. It's just not too much. So again, this one's quite a mature skin friendly one compared to the pinks, I think. When I say pinks, I mean pinks and mauve. Because the light mauve, which is Hope, was the one that was blindingly powerful. And then Cheer and Happy, the 2 pinks, they both had exceptionally strong shine. Now this one does, but it's just not quite as blinding. I think Joy might be my winner, you know. Here is Joy the liquid blush, and here is Joy the powder blush. So I'll blend this one out. Here is Joy liquid blush blended out, and here is the Joy powder blush. And now I'll put some of this over the top of this. So here is Joy with the new Joy powder blush over the top. That is really nice. One thing I would say though, from trying this on the back of my hand, I think it's worth powdering before adding the blush. So if you've got some sort of finishing or setting powder, I would use that first and then go in with this, because I think that would be better. So anyway, this is Love and this is Joy. My clear winner here is Joy. Brings me joy. I do love Joy. But I love this as well. Now I've tried on all 6. I think I would happily have bought any of them. Now I've seen them on my face, not swatched. On my hand they look way too pigmented, the stronger shades. But I'm quite surprised by them. So I think if you did go for one of these and you're fair skinned, or if you're darker skinned, you're going to love it, because you can get an awful lot of colour out of this if you need to. You can blend it out and be careful with it too. So the stronger colours have been a really nice surprise to me. So now to choose between Happy and Hope for my final look. I could do one either side, but I would just like to complete my look today all over. So I need to choose. I do love Joy. I've been quite surprised by how much I liked Happy. Oh, and I'm wearing a pink top. Should I go with Happy? I wish this was live so you could help me decide. Okay. Shall I try Happy? I'll try Happy, and if I'm still loving these at the end of the month, I'll do the same look with Joy. So there we go. So it is. So I've now taken off these blushes and I'm ready to put some Happy liquid pink blush on my cheeks so we can see it paired up with the new powder blush. Now these you need to be exceptionally careful with because they are so pigmented if you're not familiar with them. So I'm literally putting one dot and that's it. And now using my BK Beauty 109, I'm going to blend this out. You'll see that this one dot gives me plenty. So if you like this shade Happy and you don't want such a luminous look, you could just put this down, set it with powder. I don't have any setting powder on at the moment and my foundation is quite glowy, which is where the glow is coming from. It's not really coming from the blush at all. It gives more of a matte finish. It gives a very natural finish actually. I really, really like it. It might be risky, but I'm going to put a tiny bit more. I want to go very lightly because I'm layering up with the new one. Just a little bit more in the higher point of my cheeks. You can see just how lovely and easy these are to work with. And this brush, if you watch my videos, I use for every single cream blush product. It's the only one I really rely on, the 109 BK Beauty. It really is fabulous. It's actually called a contoured foundation brush. I don't use it for foundation, always for cheeks, so for contour generally, and for blush, cream blush. So now I'm going to set this down with a bit of powder, which will take away all this glow, which, like I said, is partly down to my foundation. So now going in with Happy, and this is going to be more of a blush topper this time than an overall blush, because obviously I have the blush, and this will be a replacement also for highlight. So I'm taking this pretty much on the tops of my cheeks, and oh wow, that works so well. I don't think I'd want it to go any lower actually, so it really is more of a highlight option. That is, oh, that is so good. I really like that. I've definitely found the way I want to use these blushes. I mean, they can be used alone, they're beautiful, but with a little bit of that liquid underneath, and then this is the top one. And you could probably get away without the setting powder and just use this blush to set it. But that would mean covering the whole cheek, and I do quite like taking it here just across the top and not going quite as low because of the shine that it gives. Oh, that is really nice. But as you can see, which Joy didn't do so much, the shine on this is incredibly strong, but not as strong as Hope. I actually got Hope here just to remind you of how strong the shine is on this. Maybe you won't see it so much on my hand as you do on the face, but the shine on this was just exceptionally strong. Maybe too strong for me. But this one is probably just about as far as I'd like to go from a glowy shine point of view. I love those together, I really like that. Now I've completed my eye makeup look today, but I have left this part of my eyelid clear, and that's because I wanted to go for this monochromatic look. So I've got my Sonia G T5 brush, and I'm now going to go in with this on the eyes. Oh, how pretty is this? I'm not a pink eyeshadow person. That is stunning. Oh, that is really nice. Because I've got brown eyeshadow in the crease and a deeper brown here in the outer V. I've got a black powder liner, and I think that's why I like it. It's teaching me that when I use pink eyeshadows, I shouldn't go for pink palettes where the outer V is mauve. I should stick with browns and then just have one pop of pink here, because that's how pink looks nice on me, I think. That's how I like it. This is a beautiful eyeshadow. So whichever one of these blushes you get, I would definitely recommend trying these cheeks and eyes together, because I love that. So you could do what I did, put some eyeshadows such as the light brown in the crease, dark brown in the outer V, or you could just use a bronzer really to just put it into the crease and then go in with this. And just to finish off the eyes, I'm going to go into the Mesmerize highlighter, which we had out in the beginning. And with my BK Beauty 207, I'm going to use this for a pop of light here. And wow, does this give me a pop of light. And under the brow, I mean, it's not a pop of light, it's a beam of mega light. And now to finish the look, I've got the Happy in the lip oil. Now these came out last year and I actually love these. These actually work more as a stain than an oil, but I find them very comfortable to wear, and these will stay on all day. Now I've got a bit of a lip liner on, one that's fairly neutral that matches my lip colour. So there is Happy now on my lips. Now if you haven't tried these lip oils, like I said, I really like them. They last at least up to 6 hours on my lips. They do go a little bit dry after a bit of time, and I just top them up with a lip balm. I really, really love these. So here is my final look. So we have Happy liquid and powder on my cheeks, powder on my eyes and the matching lip oil, so I have a happy face, literally. And I am very happy with this new product, I really am. I'm definitely happy with applying it this way. This is definitely my go-to way of using this now. I think this is something I want to try. I've got to try it with joy. So if these end up in my favourites video for April as my favourite blush, and I'd say it's got a huge chance. I don't know of any blushes coming out at the moment actually, and this would take some beating. So if this is in my favourites, the look I will be doing at the end of this month in my April favourite look will definitely be Joy, so I can show you Joy. I might create a shorts video showing it as well, so look out for that. So if you just want a bit of a close-up here on my texture, I don't think it's terribly showing up my texture. So I'm 47 and I think I'm definitely getting away with this. I don't think it looks bad on me. I've definitely seen other products showing up texture more. I'm not saying it doesn't, because it does. It's a very, very, very glowy blush. But I think possibly using it this way with the liquid and the powder in between, I think, setting powder I think possibly it brings it down a little bit. So this might be actually a better way of applying it if you have mature skin as well. It's not glittery. So yeah. Definitely consider this if you have mature skin, because yes, our skin will show up texture, but that doesn't mean we have to miss out on these beautiful glowy products. So anyway, that's all 6 of these new blushes tried. I've been so excited to try them, and I am as delighted with them as I thought I would be. When I saw all 6 of these advertised, I knew I had to try them because I am a sucker for glowy products. I also am a sucker for Rare Beauty. I really enjoy Rare Beauty. I've got most of their releases. Everything I've tried from them has pretty much been a hit for me, so I knew I had to try these. I liked 2 of the colours I was worried about. Like I said, I would not have bought them, but that's why sometimes it's good doing this on this channel, because it's made me try colours I wouldn't have normally tried, and I really, really did like them. I think the winners, as we've seen today, is Happy and Joy, but the darker shades were very, very good too, and I'll definitely be trying those. In fact, now I think I need to find liquid matches, because I don't think I have liquid matches for those, or if they even exist, so that's something I need to look into. That would be a very strong look though, wouldn't it? Saying that. Anyway, I would love to hear from you. Have you picked up any of these blushes? Which one is your favourite? Are you thinking of picking up any? Which one do you think suits me the best today? Do you think it's this one? Or do you think it might have been Joy? I'm always torn. Do I go for peach because I love the shade of peach generally within my home and just I love it? Or do I go for it because it suits me? Should I be going for these cool pinks instead? But I do think this pink look is very pretty. Really like it. So that's all from me today. I've really enjoyed doing this, and if you've enjoyed watching, I'd love it so much if you liked and subscribed below. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back, and I hope to see all of you for my next video. Take care everybody. Bye.